How you liking the ride so far?
It's beautiful. Very pleasant. Temperature's great. Sunny day. Sea rain. The water is so clear.
E-bike explorers, welcome back to the channel. Today we are in Croatia, Split, Croatia, on a beautiful deck overlooking the ocean. Wow, it's going to be a great day today. We're going to ride our bikes around the town, the city of Split.
Yep, not a cloud in the sky, so we have no worry about getting rain on today. So this will be wonderful.
You know what they're famous for here?
Banana split.
Hey, you're right. That's exactly what I was going to say. We'll see if they have banana splits here. All right, see you on the ride. On our way to the meeting point in Split, Croatia, and walking through some cool ruins and old churches. People taking wedding photos. Lots of places to explore.
Yeah, this is
Looking promising. This is it.
The only difference with this one is that when you're turning it on, don't be on the bike. Don't even look at it. Just press the button and wait for it to turn on. For some reason, even if it's moving a bit, it's going to throw an error that doesn't turn on properly. I don't know why they did that, but don't even look at it. Just press the button, wait for it, and then you're good. You can do whatever you want. My name is Simon.
Hi, Simon.
Hi, everyone. And I was born here. I've been working here for 4 years, so I hope I'm good enough for you. You know, I think you can trust me. We'll figure it out.
Perfectly delightful day in Split, Croatia. This looks like a soccer stadium. See the ocean out there. Pretty awesome. Pretty modern. The stadium has fallen into some disrepair, but looks like they still use it.
This over here is called Paved Stadium. It's home to our local football club Hajduk. Hajduk, which was established in 1911. Back then, quite a good club, winning a lot of championships. Today, there's just hope that something might happen, but no winning in the foreseen future. Yeah, but the hope is there. People are cheering for it. There was some graffiti. Results are temporary, but the ideal is eternal. Yeah. It sounds to me like coping, but okay. But nevertheless, that's what usually happens on the Paved Stadium. But Paved Stadium is much more interesting than that. So, built for the Mediterranean Games in 1979 with the swimming pool facility in the back. Before this, it was a huge swampy area, so they had to pour a lot of concrete so it stays on top. Even though after all that concrete it sank a bit, but it sank evenly, so it's good. Yeah.
Guided bike tours are a really good way to see the city. You can get from spot to spot pretty quick. I love doing it, and doing it on e-bikes is even better.
Welcome to Marjan Park. Marjan Park being the biggest, well, park in Split. So if you wanted to go running or cycling, you're 100%, if you want to go to the nature, going to be going here, because all the other parks, well, you're better off staying at home and running around your dinner table. They're quite small. So Marjan Park, consider the lungs of Split. People, well, you see, run, cycle in the summer. There's also plenty of spots to go swimming around and, well, to enjoy the nature. Anything close to this would be the mountains that are far away out of the city. We on our tour are going to be driving on the service road, well, let's call it a service road, the big road. There are plenty of paths going throughout the whole area of Marjan, but, well, we won't be exploring them today. Maybe if you get the time, you can do it yourself. It would take you, I'd say, maybe a day or two to see all the little paths on Marjan Park. This way it extends 1.5 kilometers, and that way 3.5 kilometers. We're going to be going all the way to the western point of the peninsula. Also, it's also a peninsula, didn't mention that. And then climbing up on the south side. Here, up to a place called Bana Beach, where we'll be stopping. We have a bike lane, so we'll stay in the bike lane, one behind each other. Try to stay in the right side, because, well, the left side is going to be probably for people overtaking us or someone going through the other side. There's probably going to be also people walking on the lane, so we go around them or ring the bell. It's the Split way. Okay. Also, especially watch out for any dogs or kids that might be close to you, so you never know if they're gonna swish over there. And drink your water, don't spare it. There are plenty of drinking fountains all over Marjan Park. Okay, we're ready?
Yeah.
Ready. Apparently had a storm here 3 months ago and knocked down a whole bunch of trees. Apparently I see a lot down, almost tornado-like destruction.
So, I'd say, what, around like 150, 200 years ago, people were living in houses like these ones all over Marjan. And Marjan, well, you had your sheep, you had your goat, you wanted to cool off, you went into the sea. You had these wells here and there for the water. But even though you didn't have AC, you'd think, even though you didn't have an AC, have you ever been in like a cave? So you have that feeling of cold and humid. That's the feeling you get when you're inside one of these houses. But this house wasn't for living. It's actually a birding house. And just to show you how close in time this was, one of my colleagues from the work, she's also a tour guide, her grandmother was born here.
Wow.
In this little house.
Wow.
Yeah. So imagine that. Okay. Well, that's it for this over here. Now we're gonna be continuing over to Bana Beach, where you'll see where the storm that, well, you see its aftermath around you, but it hit the hardest over there.
It's a tornado?
It's called a microburst. That's
Oh.
at least how they call it in the scientific term. I wouldn't say it was a tornado. Yeah. It was more of just one direction, straight wind.
Wow.
Yeah.
Beautiful place to ride or walk.
And people swim throughout this whole area, especially if it was summer. I suggest for you to come in the morning here, like around 9 a.m. and it's amazing. You bring a book. When you get hot, you jump into the sea, swim a bit, and then you get on out and continue reading a book.
Wow.
Most of the tourists are young and partying till really late in the evening. No, all this is free for us to use. But you can see the storm, how it went through the trees. And these trees, they're accustomed to high wind. So this wind, wow, it was a really big one. And this is where the storm hit the most. Because, well, in the forest you have trees surrounded by each other, they just disperse the energy. But here there was nothing, well, in front of the sea, so one by one, like dominoes, they fell down. And it went swooped all the way. You'll see to your right side how it went. The storm happened in July, like the start of July. You'll find it. It happened in the start of July. So imagine this: 10 a.m. work day, almost peak summer. People are walking around here, living, well, not living, but coming here to enjoy Marjan and all of that. And suddenly, in a matter of a minute, from a day like this, yeah, in a matter of a minute, this huge thick fog where you couldn't even see a finger in front of you lands over Marjan Park, accompanied with hail and wind. The wind was so strong that the hail was going like this, straight. And the whole storm lasted 5 minutes, and then in a minute went away. Back to this nice weather. It was even better weather than before the storm, but trees all over the place, flood, sirens, and amazingly no one injured and no one died.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Now imagine that we are here, and then you have a 2 minutes to, I don't know, hide from this.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this looks abandoned, but all this tennis court, the football court, there's also a restaurant down there that's now like Jenga with trees, and the beach would usually be filled with people. Maybe not in this point time of year, but in summer, filled. Today, yeah, not that much. It looks the same as it was back 3 months ago when the storm happened. The road that we went on was completely filled with foliage, trees and dirt that you couldn't even see. Walking through it was hard. Bikes, no way. The storm later on went, of course, through the city. So the first priority was the city, because a lot of those, in the city, you were kind of same. Just get into the building. It's not that strong of a wind for buildings, but trees that were near the roads, they fell down, closed the road, so they had to first lift the trees. Some trees fell into people's balconies, complete chaos. But in the city, most of it is good. Over here, it's complicated. The bureaucracy is complicated because the road is under another bigger government, the forest is under the whole country, so some guy needs to sign this paper, that paper. So currently it's staying like this until all the bunch of paperwork is done. So maybe in a year we'll see Bana Beach back to its usual glory. Okay, but yeah, the road that we're on is safe. It was checked because if you came here a month and a half ago, Marjan Park was closed on the north side. So
Wow.
Don't worry, all the trees on the road should be safe. And usually the biggest problem is the hanging trees. You never know if they're gonna fall eventually. So apart from the storm, Split, like this area, is probably one of the most safest places on earth. The storm that happened, like nothing close to this happened ever in the 22 years I've been living here. So the floods, no earthquakes, no storms, none of the natural disasters. People factor, well, we had this survey in Europe where we are sharing the first place for the safest country with Slovenia. The detailed survey was the safest country to walk alone in the night. But yeah, so we landed first. We were second place for a long time, and then I think now we share the first place with Slovenia. And animal factor, well, you have snakes, you have bears. I've been mountaineering my whole life, never seen a bear. Snakes, I've seen 2 or 3 of them, but they're all out in these remote areas. So in the city, maybe a cat. So watch out for cats.
How you liking the ride so far?
It's beautiful. Very pleasant. Temperature's great. Sunny day. Sea rain is breathtaking. The water is so clear.
You see on your left side, it's called Kashuni beach. Kashun, it's an old Dalmatian word that is not used anymore for a wooden box. Before this became a beach, they were leaving these wooden boxes as to exchange goods. And because those wooden boxes were all over the place, later on they... Oh, is the train coming? Yeah. Yeah, okay. So, welcome to, well, I'd say the most important object here being the Church of Saint Jeronim. But all this is, well, believe it or not, the building is down there that I told you to memorize, and these two over here are not connected. They're all, well, they were built in similar times, but for different purposes. So, 15th century, you have these hermits living on Marjan Park, and are, well, living, using these lands, tending to these lands, having their animals and some farmland, and they need a place, well, to live inside. So what they do, they find this natural crack that, believe it or not, extends more than the space between these two walls. It goes really deep inside, and they closed it off with this wall. It has 3 floors. First one being like a nice entrance floor with a few like shelves, but the biggest one, the second floor, has a huge room that was for dining. So they had this table, I'd say you could fit 11-12 people on it. You had this kitchen, a fireplace, and unfortunately the third floor got crumbled in. The cave crumbled inside, so we can't see. But the hermits who lived from the land here actually lived and slept inside this building over here. The church to my left side also, well, I'm gonna say built in the 15th century, but the church you see here was actually the refurbished version and rebuilt in the 20th century. The first one was built in the 15th century. Some of the blocks are still there beneath this new church, but this is the Church of Saint Jeronim. Later on, these priests used the church to do their masses and live inside the hermit building. Saint Jeronim, he is very special because he lived in these lands around the 3rd and 4th century, and throughout his life he translated the Bible from Hebrew to Latin, and for 1,000 years his translation was the official one for Latin. Now, the last building, the one I told you to memorize, is a bit newer. It's around the 16th and 18th century, when these parts were constantly attacked by the Turks. So we were surrounded by the Turkish Empire. They were quite big, and there was a problem in case they came from the sea, what to do. So the rich people who had these farmers underneath them working in the lands here, well, they, you could say they kept them safe, but they kept their assets safe. So they built them that building inside the wall there, in case the Turks were coming in, for the farmers to go inside the building, pull the stairs, and then they would hide in it.
So this is called the New View, and the elevator is free. It's very modern, and the views are
4-hour drive up,
incredible.
And you are almost at the house.
We came up that road on our bikes. We walked over there to that church building in the crack over there, or hermit building. The second ship is the ship we came on. See if my pointing is right. Usually my pointing is no good.
Oh, you're spying on our military.
There's the stadium that we were at. You just have to learn to drive on the other side of the road. That was tricky for us.
Yeah, and smaller roads.
Smaller roads.
Yeah.
But the people are very friendly driving.
Really?
That's what I thought.
Oh, not in London, they're not.
Yeah, London. But in general, much more friendly than the US. US are very aggressive drivers. In the UK, I felt like, hey, there's not enough room for us both, so let's just work it out.
Oh,
In the US, if you stray out of your lane, people get very upset.
oh dear.
Yes, they can't adapt. We were in Paris for 3 or 4 days. Now Paris is nuts.
Oh yeah, Paris is nuts.
We rented a car and went to Normandy.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And we
Go and see the landing.
Yeah, we stayed there for a few days in Normandy, and then we came back to Paris, and the traffic in Paris is, I don't know, suffocating. It's really crazy. Well, that was a fascinating tour. Very fun, very informative, and looks like we're about to wrap it up. Okay, I see everyone eating these sandwiches on focaccia bread. Therefore, we gotta try it. Wow, those are enormous.
It's a stuff, it's really good one. So it's very nice to add sugar. That one it got vitamin inside.
Okay, you order. Yes. What's the word on that drink?
It's really good.
What's
It's
it
like
called?
a carbonated orange.
Gotta taste it.
I don't know.
Try it out.
See if it's good.
What did you order?
Looks delicious.
Oh, prosciutto ham. The bread.
I love the fresh piece.
Oh yeah, they were growing it right on their counter.
So good.
All right.
Mozzarella, parmesan,
Nice.
scuba.